This is a Corvette that we found for pennies on the dollar. Just gonna take one apart and get a little weird with it and see what we can do. You know what time it is, Dylan? Corvette time! We're gonna get that car down with this forklift. No problem. So, as if we don't have enough going on. Yeah, might as well just fire up something new, right? It took us a minute to get it down from the attic, but yeah, it was all right. So, what are you doing with this thing?
Sounds like we're about to throw a cage in it nonetheless. As far as power plant, that's your department, but I'm just a tube bendy guy and or welder slash helper of sorts. But all right. This is a Corvette.
Yeah. So yeah, in all seriousness, this is a Corvette that we found for pennies on the dollar, and with how gnarly these frames are laid out, they're just pretty well built race cars. So just gonna take one apart and get a little weird with it and see what we can do. Just, we got some suspension bits coming for it from our bros at Part Shop Max.
Yes, sir.
And our bros over at Anderson Composites are hooking up with some carbon fiber. And yeah, after that, don't got a motor in it though.
Yeah,
I don't see any LSs around here.
I don't see any LSs around here either.
I don't plan on seeing any more. Oh no, there's one. I found one. Yeah, we're good. All right. It's branded, so I guess we gotta put one back in, right?
Yeah, well, maybe we'll just leave that sticker on there.
Yeah, we'll just leave that there. But yeah, so man, first things first, probably keep this carpet. Looks brand new. You know, it's great.
Barely been burned through.
It's not even that dirty. It's not even that gross. But yeah, so these are freaking gnarly. Like this whole plastic tub comes out. I'm sure if any of y'all have seen Matt Field's car, this all just removes, wheel wells the floor and everything. So I guess first thing we're gonna do is just blow all this out, get it down to the frame, which is right here. So all this will disappear and might replace it with some cool carbon fiber bits, or maybe we'll just keep this outer skin because this is what mounts the fender, which we do have big carbon fenders coming for it. And yeah, just gonna see what we can do with this thing. Turn into some sort of psycho race car. So we don't have any race cars.
Yeah.
Except drift cars.
Yeah, right. Well, this thing should be psychotic. Luckily enough for you that you have some radical partners that make all sorts of really sick parts for this thing. Yeah. The biggest one being the Car Shop Max suspension.
They have so much time and energy into that chassis, and so we want to take some of those parts, and they've been just building them and developing them, and just they have all the CAD drawings of this thing front and rear, and they just keep upgrading those parts over and over again with Matt. And so we want to take those parts and start working with them as well, and get them on here, and not just fine tune them for the drift track, but tune them for a racetrack.
Racetrack too. Yeah. And what? You bought this thing for $1,000?
Yeah, not even.
Yeah. What was it, $900?
That was like $900.
Yeah, it came with, here's the rear subframe sitting on the ground.
Front subframe up in the attic. Yeah. And yeah, so we're gonna try and build a super budget race car.
That's actually way too sick.
Yeah, with some parts that we got at the shop. Yeah. What do you think? Take one of Turk's 2Js?
Yeah, we'll swing one of them in there. Put SR in it just to piss everybody off.
Put SR in it. Oh wait, no, we do have a V8. That's a Toyota one. It's blown up. Doesn't count. Yeah. Meeny, miny. Oh, dry some 2J. Ah, thanks, Turk. That'll fit just fine. I couldn't even get the camera turned on fast enough. It was like, Dylan just grabbing the carpet and just started lifting out. I was like, yeah, like that looked hard. It's tough stuff. Man, these cars even come apart easy. Look at that. And next. Nah, but seriously, we've been wanting to do another project and something new, something different. Like I said, working with a couple of our different partners. And so, yeah, like helping PBM develop their Corvette suspension to the next level, and working with some of our other partners like Willwood, doing some big brake stuff, some track level stuff versus our lightweight drift style setup. And since this thing doesn't have to follow any FD rules, we can get a little weird with it too. I'm into it.
So, we talking about power plant at all?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. Y'all can wait for that shit?
Yeah. Well, if we don't figure it out, I don't know. I mean, I don't plan on putting an LS in this thing. Oh, wait, Dylan's putting a V8 in it already. All right, I guess that's it. V8, what, goes here? Oh, question mark? Yeah. I have an idea. How about that? How about just that?
Well, that's what we're looking at.
All right, this will be sweet. This thing's gonna be sweet. All right, so what, you just like break this off?
Yeah, that's right.
Here we go. I mean, it's already broken. Yep, hammers and chisels. This whole car is plastic. There we go. Oh, that's a daggone race car, man. Whoa. We'll just burn all this glue off. Clean all this up. We're gonna keep the washer bottle, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Important stuff. Whoa, this all comes out too. Oh my god, this is the weirdest thing. And this.
I just put the bolts and that tripped me out.
Yeah, no, that's steel back there and it's glued again. That's plastic. Well, we'll leave that piece in for now. These front fenders are all broken because it did have. Yep, there you go. Hang on, fixed it. Yeah, because it did have a little bit of an impact. It's had a little front end hit. That's why it was so cheap, and so it just basically annihilated all the fiberglass on the front end of this thing, the hood, the bumper, the headlights, and then all these inner wells. So, and basically salvaged it, and so I was able to get it for nothing. So we're just taking off all this broken crypt, which is super fun. It's my favorite part of any build. Ripping crap and broken stuff out of them. How's it going, Eddie Dog?
Yeah. There's some weird stuff.
How many bolts are holding that thing in?
Like 400.
It looks like it.
Dude, look at that steering column piece. It's a massive cast aluminum piece that goes all the way to the firewall. Whoa. It's like this freaking big, dude.
Dude, look at these floors.
I mean, it's pretty damn cool, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Once we get used to where everything is at, where everything goes, I think it's gonna be really cool.
Oh, yeah.
But this thing is like a puzzle to take apart right now.
Oh, none of it's going back in, so.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna keep the heater?
I'm trying to get it out. I can't get it out. I think this whole big beam has to come out right here.
Wow, probably.
Probably.
Looks like it.
That whole beam to get out, I gotta get that out. And that goes all the way to the firewall. So it's like, I've been jumping back and forth, dude.
Yeah, looks like it. Oh, wow, look, this freaking cow comes all the way up to here.
Yeah, dude. Whoa. Look at all the nuts that's in this thing.
Yeah.
And everything is a 610 or like looks like an M8 thread. So it's all metric on this thing.
Wow.
13 mil heads and 10 mil heads all I've used so far.
So, I'm gonna see if I can get this tub out without ruining it. I'm gonna take a little break. I was getting frustrated for a second, but then
chill.
Yeah, but I found the old wood blade with the big saws. All started getting after it. So I got that back seam and ripped it right up. So.
And what? You're just cutting glue?
Yeah. The thing is, like, all this is just glued together. You said that front bar.
Dude, that front bar that was holding in the column and the heating, whatever, like that thing, it had like 2 tiny little squirts of glue on it, and I like damn near bent my pry bar trying to get it off. And when it finally let go, I was like, pow! I was like, oh my god, what is this glue, Chevy? Good grief.
Yeah, so it's all around on this thing, so it's gonna be tough, but if I get underneath it, I might be able to buzz it down and pop this thing out, because I bet this rear tub's worth a ton of money.
Yeah.
For any of these guys that are getting rear-ending these things. So.
Dude, if you could like sell the whole butt off of this thing for like, you know, the cost you got the car maybe would be like,
oh yeah, extra stellar. So I'm gonna take my time, I'm gonna get underneath it, and you know, I got that back all loosened up. Now I gotta get the frame rails and this front part, and then it comes up and around. It's this whole thing, dude. It's all this, all the way around here.
Wait, this is part of it too?
Yes.
Shut up.
That's what I'm saying. But see, like, same thing. If I like go and cut through all this glue, nice and slow.
It's like the bed of a pickup truck.
It is.
Look at this. It's literally like, yep, put this on the back of your whatever.
No, that's why it's hilarious. So,
yeah, too funny.
But I think I can get it, because see, like, this part's all plastic, and so I don't see any glue on this side. So it looks like I can just like run right down this seam and get all that unglued, and then Yeah, we'll give it a try.
Dude.
All right, the guys got the freaking climate control setup out. That looked like a big pain in the ass.
It was.
But, so that's all cleared out. This is garbage. We're gonna get rid of this. Garbage, more garbage. Now that we're done with that, I'm gonna lift this car up and get after this tub. See if we can get this thing off. Got a little bit of cleanup. Get these tools. A little bit of a mess. And then we're back to cut. All right, time for a little heave ho. Look at this thing. Whoa, it's really cool. These things are freaking nuts. So now we'll just go and clean up, only that guy. We'll clean up the rest of these cuts and get it ready for old Dilly Boy. Get this cage going. Hey, have you ever seen a car that looks like this? It's insane. It's just two giant tube frames. You got like a double A-arm suspension in the rear, and there's just nothing to these things. They're the most ridiculous chassis that I've seen in mass production. This level of mass production. Of course, there's other cool supercars that do similar stuff, but for a car that's so affordable, this thing is crazy, which is why we wanted to grab one of these chassis and get wild with it and see what happens. What you got here, Dylan?
Got myself a chassis harness.
Woo!
And an engine harness.
We have the new G35 1050 that we keep pointing out, and we have the G42 1200, and we're gonna put both on dyno back to back to see how they compare.